Hey, it's Valentine's Day, and sometimes you need a special box for your Valentine's Day gift. And we've already made fabric covered boxes, but let's add a leather handle to it. I'll show you how, and then we'll embellish the front of it after we're done. So let me go over very quickly how to cover, just go through the steps very quickly, how to measure and cut your fabric that will fit any box or any collapsible cube. This collapsible cube and this collapsible cube was bought at Wal Mart. But let me show you how to measure. Take your measuring tape and you will measure 3 inches down to the inside. 3 inches. Put it right there, and then measure down the side, up and around, and then 3 inches down inside. So you'll need a piece of fabric that is 38 inches, and then you need to measure your width on your box and add 3 inches on each side, so your width plus 6 inches, and this box would be 16 inches. You will need a 16-inch wide piece of fabric by 38 inches long, but I just showed you how to measure any old box. 3 inches down, measure around, 3 inches in, and then the width plus 6 inches. Now let's get to the leather handles. Get that out of the way. Now these leather handles are fun. Oh my goodness, are they not the cutest little things? And they were so easy. I had no idea how easy they were. You can find strips of fabric at the craft store that are in a little card like this, or you can buy a roll of leather if you're really going to be productive, or you can purchase scrap bags of fabric at Hobby Lobby. I've done that several times. I really like doing that. I made little leather tags for my hats and things. And you will also need little screw-in posts for these leather strips. There's a screw on one side and a post on the other, and they screw together just like that. And let me show you how to put a leather handle. Let me cut out the leather and I'll be right back. So let me show you how to cut the leather. I took the leather off the card, and I will use my clear ruler to mark in 1 inch. Now the strip will be 3/4 of an inch. After I cut the leather off, when I cut the leather off, I will cut just inside the line. I'm not going to cut right on the line. We'll make this piece about 3/4 of an inch, I'd say, wide. And then I need my piece to be approximately 6 inches long. All right, so how I put the holes in the end of the strips was I used scissors. I marked at 1/2 inch. Put a 1/2 inch mark right here, right in the center. I folded it in half, and then I nipped it with scissors. I got a nip in there, and then I fold it this direction and give it a nip so it makes a little bit of an X. Give it another nip. Gave it a nip. Now I'm going to cut some of those little pokey things off to make myself a hole. Oh, that looks great. All right, now let me come to this side of the table so I can show you a little better. Now I have my little post. As you can see, it's going to screw. I'm going to put this side that does not have a screwdriver edge through the front of the leather. This is the front, and this is the back. It has a suede texture, and it's picking up fuzz. All right, so I'm putting the post through the hole, just like that. Now, if you want, you can round those corners off with scissors if you'd like. Now, the next step is I will poke a hole in the side of the box, shove that through, and then use this end. It has a straight screwdriver edge. Use this end to screw onto the back. Just onto the back. Just like that. Okay, so I am back. I have my leather strip. Both posts are in the leather strip. Now, how to get the holes in the box. That wasn't as hard as I thought it would be with this box, the collapsible cube. It's just a stiff cardboard. So here's what I did. I used my measuring tape, and I got myself an idea of where I would want the holes. And I have one at 3 inches and one at 7.5 inches. I really just eyeballed it. I wanted the holes to be right about where the squares were. So I took my scissors and I poked my scissors, these really sharp scissors, and I poked them into the cardboard. And it's not as hard as you think. You just poke and twist and poke and twist, and I made the hole. Now I did have to go back on the inside and cut away a little bit of debris. Then when I got my posts through my leather, just like I showed you, let me go over the measurements again. They're 3/4 inches, it's 3/4 of an inch wide by 6 inches long. Then I just poked. Look how easy that is. I just poked the post through the cardboard. Poked the post through the cardboard. Now I'm going to turn it around. How to completely cover the box with flannel or any kind of fabric, and how to trim with grosgrain ribbon is in the first video I made, and that links will be in the let me see if I can get some light on this. Can you see how I'm screwing this in? Righty tighty, lefty loosey, and it just screws right in. So easy, so simple. And you have a leather handle for your box. Now let's embellish this box. It's Valentine's Day. Let's think hearts. Let's think sparkly things. Let's think blingy things. Let's embellish. So there are many ways you can embellish these boxes. You could put some bling on them. I think this is just gorgeous. I love this. Anything, a brooch would be beautiful. A collection of brooches. Or the easiest way is to make fabric appliques, and I thought this was especially cute. I thought, let's put a little doggy heart, a little doggy fabric heart on the front of this box, and then I thought this would be great to give to my daughter for Valentine's Day. We'll see. But she has a doggy that she loves very much, and I think this would make a nice gift. So I need a heart. But then I thought, oh, what about a layered heart? Wouldn't this be pretty? A heart, a checked heart on top of this, and then maybe the doggy heart on top. Not sure. So how do you get your heart? You can find hearts online, or you can do what we did in grade school, and you can draw yourself a half a heart. I have 2 different hearts I have drawn. I've drawn one that's a little bit tall and one that's a little bit spiky, so we'll see. Let me cut these out and see what they look like, and I'll hold them up to the box, and then we'll see. Oh, that's a nice heart. I do like that. Open this up and see. Oh, no, I think that's too fancy for the check. I think I'll go with the first heart. I'll get it trimmed up. I'll be right back. So I did trim off a good bit of the heart, and I am liking this size much better. So I need to make some marks on my heart. I have decided that I want to use this fabric, but I don't want the check to be straight up and down. I want it to be catty-cornered, I think. So I need to make marks on my heart. I'm going to use my ruler. I already have the straight up and down mark, and I have a 45-degree angle mark right here on my ruler, and I will just make that mark right there. Now the next step is, I'm going to put 45 degrees on that. My next step is Heat and Bond Light. I need to use Heat and Bond Light. It is a wonderful product. It's a paper-backed fusible product that has glue on it on one side and paper on the other. I will take the heart and I will trace the heart on the paper side. Super easy, super simple. It's so easy. A pencil is your best friend in this, with this project. Now we are not going to cut the heart out at this point. We're going to cut a good piece around this heart. Say 2 or 3 inches, like a box. Alright, there we go. Sorry it's rolling up. I have my heart cut out. I'm going to cut out around the heart a good distance. This does not have to be exact. We will cut around that heart in a moment. But let me get this out of the way. Let me open up my piece of fabric and decide how I want the heart placed. So this is up and down. I don't believe I want up and down on this heart. I want a catty corner. I want the 45-degree angle. Let me put this over top of my heart to make sure I'm at 45 degrees. Ooh, I did it without the marker, but yes, I'm at 45 degrees. This mark, this strong mark is right here, but I don't like that this, that the dip in my heart is in the middle of this block. So I'm going to move the dip of my heart to the center of the white block. I know it's a lot of trouble, but I think the end result will be what we need. I'm going to cut around this, and I'll be back in a moment. So I have placed the heart on the flannel fabric, and I don't know if you can see or not, but the point of the heart in the center is right here, and you follow it along, and the end is at another point in the fabric. I will fuse this using an iron with no steam to this piece of fabric, and I'll be right back. So I have fused the heart using the Heat and Bond Light to the flannel fabric, but while I was off camera, I went ahead and traced another heart and fused it onto this adorable fabric. Now, this adorable fabric has one way, and I wanted to, what I mean is it has a right side and a wrong side, not a one way. This fabric, this flannel, it doesn't matter which side you iron the fusible onto, but this side it does. So you iron the fusible onto the wrong side of the fabric, and then you cut out the heart using the pattern that you drew on the back. I fused this with a hot iron. I removed the pins, and then I let it cool down, and now I am cutting it out. Let's see how this little flannel with the doggies looks on it. It's really cute. Now this paper will just peel off the back of this heart. Let me do that for you. Let me get it started. Kind of bend it and mess with it a little bit. There we go. I've got it started, and it just peels right off, leaving glue on this side. Whoops, the paper stuck to me. Then I take a scrap piece of Pellon fleece, and I take this to the ironing board, and I iron this with a pressing cloth over top with a hot iron, no steam, onto this fleece. And when I come back, I'll show you how to cut that out so that you don't have bits and pieces of fleece sticking out from underneath. I will cut out the checked heart also. When I come back, we'll see how they look on the box. So I have both hearts fused onto the Pellon. Now, your pressing cloth is very important because Pellon will melt with too high of a heat. But just as a last step measure, after I am pretty sure this is fused, I go ahead and I take the pressing cloth off and I hit that with an iron. Now it's time to use our fabric cutting scissors, our really sharp scissors. So the scissors I've been using all along have been scissors I don't use to cut fabric with, but you take your good scissors or your sharp scissors and you need to cut out around this applique, and you hold the scissors like this, not straight up and down, but canted to the side. That will bevel the edge, of that fleece so that it's not poking out when you put the applique onto the side of the box, because the fleece tends to bloom just a little bit. And look, I'm holding my scissors kind of almost perpendicular to the table. Alright, so I have the little doggy heart cut out. Let's see how it looks on the side of the basket, on the side of the box. I really like that. I like that a lot. Let me cut out the black and white plaid and see what it looks like. Alright, well maybe, oh that's cute. Well, maybe not. Let's get rid of this. What do you think? I like that. I like that a lot. Well, I have settled on the placement of the hearts. I really like this placement. I think it's cute. I think that's what I'm going to do. So this is the easiest part is already is ahead of you now. All you have to do is hot glue these appliques onto the side of the box. You have nice leather handles. The inside is finished. If you follow the instruction, you could put 2 plaid hearts right here like that. That would be just as cute. You can switch this up and just do 1 heart. I think that's very cute. You could switch it up and do 1 heart this way. There are many ways you could make an applique to put on this box. So I am off to hot glue, and I mean, when I say hot glue, I mean really lay the glue to these appliques. When I hot glue, I go around the perimeter and then I just fill it in. This is a cold glue gun, by the way. I mean, I really just fill it in. I let it sit for about 20 seconds, then I pick it up and I place it where I want it to be. Before I take it off, I will put 2 pins right here so that I know where to put the applique back on the box. This fabric does not handle having glue attached to it and then you trying to wipe it away. It makes a mess. So be very careful about your glue. Leave at least 1/4 of an inch not glued. Don't get the glue right up to the edge. And I'll go glue this and decorate this in a way that makes me happy, a way that I think will make my daughter happy, and I'll be back in just a minute. And so I settled on my design. I'm really happy with the way this looks. I really do want to give this to my daughter for her dog. You can see I still have pins right here. They really helped me when it came time to place the applique on, and I put a pin right in the middle of this applique. I don't think this needs anything else. What was I talking about? This did need more. Look at how cute this is. I added little fussy cut strips, 3/8 inch of flannel, added some buttons. It was so much fun digging through my button box last night and finding buttons for this little box. I am just so happy with it. I hope you'll join me again on my side of the mountain. I'll have the pattern for the graphic for you to have a pattern to cut out this heart on my website, Crissy'sOverTheMountainCrochet.com, and come to my Facebook group, Krissy's Over the Mountain Crochet and Crafts, and show me your boxes that you have made. I'm so excited about this. Give me a like and a subscribe. It will help me. It will help me bring more things to you, and I will be able to expand a little bit more on my YouTube. I have a lot of projects up my sleeve. and I hope you'll come to my side of the mountain again. Bye.